A great performance from Lindor, red-hot start for the Mets. Danny, what's been the biggest factor for Lindor's fast start to the season?
Well, you heard him talking about Pete and Soto, so let's start there for a really quick second, right? You wake up and you know every day the guys behind you in the lineup are going to have your back. Pete, who is one of the best hitters in all of baseball right now. Oh, and Soto hasn't even gotten hot yet. So that's number one. Number two, you see this guy pregame walking around. He's very loose. He's very relaxed. He's smiling. This guy is having the time of his life right now. And then here's statistically why I think he's been better right now. Overall whiff percentage from last year to this year, you can see how far it is down. And then the fastball whiff, that's what really stands out to me. From 20% down to 15% this year. He's hitting fastballs. I know it sounds really simple, and you're like, duh, Danny, of course he's doing better. But those are the little adjustments you have to make. Year 5 right now in Queens, and I feel like he's the best he's ever been.
There's a comfort level. You hit on that. There's a protection level. You see that with Juan Soto and Pete Alonso being in this lineup. But I just need to speak on the fact that Francisco Lindor absolutely positively owns the Philadelphia Phillies. I mean, let's go back to last year. All of the big hits this guy had against the Phillies. You think about that September series down the stretch, and the second home run gang that he hit in this game was in a very similar spot to where that grand salami in Game 4 went. And it sure seems like there is a major narrative change from the Phillies and the Mets, where it felt like earlier last year, the Phillies just overwhelmed the Mets. It felt like they were in a different stratosphere as far as what kind of ball club they are. Since that series in September, since the division series, now we've seen in Game 1, the Mets look like a drastically different team, and these narratives can change over the course of a year. But right now, if I'm in Philadelphia and I'm thinking about the New York Mets, I'm saying to myself, how do we get this Lindor guy out? Because he owns us. We've seen a lot of guys over the years, Chipper Jones, Derek Jeter, that have owned the Mets. Well, Lindor owns the Phillies.
Yeah, or the Phillies. Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley, Pat Burrell. It's nice to be on this side of things for a change with Lindor owning them. All right, Lucy, we touched on this a little bit yesterday as far as what made Lindor successful, the early start, successful start here. How important has Lindor's start been to the Mets' early season success?
Yeah, well, first, I do believe that I said yesterday, if you were going to bet on a Met, Lindor is the guy to bet on, and then he hit 2 home runs. So that worked out pretty well. 10-10.
Are you keeping receipts, Lucy?
I'm keeping receipts. I keep receipts like you wouldn't believe. I would say 10-10 level of importance. Importance level midnight for Lindor. He has the second most home runs on the team, most runs, second highest average, produces when it matters, even picking up kind of where Soto maybe has underperformed. So I would say, besides the fans, of course, the most important factor in the Mets' success so far.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that the MVP candidate, top MVP candidate from last year, certainly for the Mets, was kind of overlooked going into the year with maybe Alonso, big bounce back year, certainly Soto, and Lindor has been the man. Who are the top 3 shortstops in Major League Baseball, JJ?
This is a very fun exercise because the shortstop position is absolutely loaded throughout the sport. The number 1 shortstop in baseball, sorry, Met fans, it's Bobby Witt Jr. I can't get enough of this guy. The upside, the potential, the ceiling, I think he is going to be a multiple MVP award type of player. Now, that said, with what Francisco Lindor has done over the last year plus, I have moved him up this list. I think he's the second best shortstop in all of baseball. And then I have number 3, a guy who's gotten off to a slow start this year. But you think I'm getting nuts about April numbers 3 weeks into the year? Give me a break. Gunnar Henderson is going to rake for the Baltimore Orioles like he did a year ago. And if you notice with all 3 of these guys, they play every day. They are dynamic on both sides of the ball. They are premier offensive players. They are premier defensive players. Witt, Lindor, Henderson, I feel good about this list.
I am with you totally. Who would ever get nuts about 3 weeks, April numbers?
Not you.
No, certainly not me. All right, Lucy, who do you have for top 3 in baseball?
Yeah, so I'm going to start with Mookie Betts. He made the switch to shortstop, but I would say a successful one. So Mookie Betts is just a guy that I love watching play. He is a tremendous athlete. He only has 2 errors this season, so I think that that is a successful thing as well. Trevor Story. He leads shortstops in MLB right now in OPS, second among shortstops in batting average, tied for first among shortstops in home runs, tied with Lindor. And he has 5 home runs, batting .337. Lead shortstops in total bases as well. And then, of course, Francisco Lindor. In addition to everything we have talked about with Francisco Lindor, he just passed Trevor Story as the two active shortstops with the most multi-game home runs. So those two together, plus Mookie Betts, those are 3 shortstops I would want on my team right now.
Okay, so far you both get points for having Lindor on your top 3 list, but I feel like postseason's not being valued here. Danny?
It's a new year.
What do you have?
I'm not considering the postseason, right? It's a new year. It's a fresh year.
Let me down again. All right, go ahead.
Per usual.
What do you
I'm glad that you brought up Trevor Story, by the way. I have Trevor Story #1 on my list.
Whoa!
Trevor Story
let's
#1.
both of you guys.
Underestimating Trevor Story. This guy's missed so much time. He's one of the best shortstops in the league. And to Lucy's point, all of his offensive stats to me are off the charts. Bobby Witt Jr. I will say till I'm blue in the face, this kid is going to be a perennial MVP. I love this kid. He's the only reason the Royals are relevant right now. I have them winning the division, and they're absolutely letting me down. Francisco Lindor is #3 for me right now. #1, though, in the National League. He still has room to grow and get better. That's why he's 3 right now. But I'll tell you this. Since 2021, I'll give you an Earth Day fact real quick. Because it's
nice.
Earth Day, guys. It's Earth Day.
Thank
Since
you.
2021, there's no better shortstop on the whole planet than Francisco Lindor. But he's got a little room, I think, to improve still.
That's why he should be #1. He's the
No.
best shortstop in the game. Notably left off everybody's list, I think, as I'm just checking here, Anthony Volpe.